Moving ahead with the next session on driving customer-centric innovation, the CIO's leadership in the digital age by Mr. Raj Dogra, CIO, Upgrad. Can we have a big round of applause for the speaker, please? Raj Dogra is a seasoned IT executive with over 15 years of leadership experience, specializing in IT strategy, global project management, and automation, with deep expertise in enterprise, IT, information security, compliance, and operational excellence. This executive has a strong track record of driving digital transformation, optimizing processes, and boosting organizational productivity, leading high-performance teams and partnering with CXOs and business unit heads. They consistently deliver complex projects on time and within budget, leveraging cutting-edge technologies to unlock business value and enhance competitive advantage. Over to you, sir.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the session. I'm pretty excited to be a part of this. And speak in front of you all. A quick introduction. My name is Raj Dogra. I work as a CIO for Upgrad. We're a skill development, workforce development organization. And we've been in existence for about 10 years now. We cater to customers like yourselves who are working professionals and students who are pursuing graduation or higher studies. Today's topic is redefining the role of a CIO. Now, many of you are playing this role in your organization. And it'll be interesting to see how much do you relate to what I'm about to speak today. Before we talk about the role change or the changing role of a CIO, let's look at how IT has transitioned in the last 2 to 3 decades. And when we look at IT, if you go 20, 30 years ago, IT was a mere support function. When we say support function, the expectation from IT was just fix computers, fix internet, provide a basic support, and that's it. The business did not expect that IT could really make a difference. However, with the evolution of IT in the last, I would say, a decade or two, things have started changing. IT started moving from a support function to a business enabler role. Now, what it means is that IT started getting into business decisions as well. So people started including IT that, hey, I want to fix this problem. Do you have a solution available? If you look at customer service, customer experience, those things were discussed with IT. And then, of course, IT started coming up with solutions. Now, in the last few years, with the evolution of IT further, or rather I would say the exponential evolution of IT has started becoming a business itself. What it means now. So it's no longer about just being a business enabler, but it is more than that now. Think of businesses which cannot exist if you don't have right technology at the back or the back end. Think of something like UPI, one of the revolutionary technology, and it happened because there was a strong IT system at the back end. There are millions of transactions which are happening every day. Think of something like an e-commerce. Yeah, Ola, Uber, thank you. Ola, Uber is another example. But with the help of technology, there's so many jobs which have been created. It has become so easy for us to book a cab. We don't really need to probably beg to a driver saying, hey, I want to go somewhere, and they're like, yeah, I'm not interested. So that has changed. Think of industries like e-commerce. It's easy for you to look at anything. I mean, you can use AR, VR. You can look at how the item is going to look like, and do you want to buy it or you don't want to buy it. Even some of the industries like ourselves, from a brick and mortar systems to an online education. Earlier, the adoption of online education was so low that people did not think that it was effective. But post-COVID, of course, there's a paradigm shift. People have started accepting online education as something which is effective. Not only effective, but of course, it gives you flexibility as well. So many of you may be doing some courses with various, various institutes, and you're still working as well. So you're able to do that with the help of technology, with the help of IT. Otherwise, it was not going to be possible. Okay, moving to the next part. Now, as CIOs, what is it which is expected from us? One is, of course, leveraging the emerging technologies. The expectation of the business is changing. Business expects the CIOs to not only be the technology experts, but also to be a business experts. Someone who understands the business very well, someone who knows what the organization is trying to do, and then find out what is the right technology which is required to do what needs to be done. So think of using emerging technologies like generative AI, AI in general, then IoT, blockchain. It has made things easier and, of course, scalable as well. If you look at some of the other examples, like for retail companies where there are AI chatbots available, I mean, think of companies which may or may not be able to hire more and more people. And if you want to run an organization which is global, where you need your customer support to be available all the times, now with the AI chatbot, you can make that happen. You can have somebody, who's answering all the questions which people may have, and you're able to serve your customers irrespective of where they're coming from. Of course, the language, different languages, different regions, the AI chatbot can make that happen. Moving to the next part. Now, the other thing which is expected from CIOs, driving digital transformation with a customer-first approach. So what we're expecting is the solutions which we are bringing in as CIOs, they are more customer-focused. We're looking at ensuring that any technology which we're investing money in, they are helping us out to serve our customers very well. We also focus on continuous improvement and personalization, making sure that any products which you're offering to the customers, they can be personalized and as per the expectation of the customer as well. And it also ensures that the experience of the customer improves. Think of an example of Amazon, how it changes things for us. I mean, for example, the kind of content we consume while, not content I would say, but then the kind of, let's say if you're buying anything, they analyze the behavior of the individual, and then they make recommendations. If you're using Amazon to buy any products, it actually tells you, hey, do you want to buy XYZ thing as well? Let's say if you're buying a new phone, it tells you multiple other things to be bought as well, maybe a cover, maybe something else, but it does that. And next time even if you search on some of the things, it records that data, analyzes it, and gives you some sort of recommendations that this product could be good for you. And this is happening because there is a technology at the back end, which is ensuring that, that we are able to offer what the customer wants and, of course, make recommendations as well. Moving to the next one, which is empowering cross-functional collaboration. I think as a CIO, one of the things which technologists end up doing is that we believe that we just need technology to fix problems. Well, one of the things which I have realized in my last 10, 12 years is that as CIOs, it's important for you to know the business as well. So it's not about just talking to your teams, but it's about creating a culture where we are talking to other departments as well. Whether it's sales, whether it's finance, whether it's HR, whether it's marketing, the CIO must know those departments. The reason is because when you're building a technology, you're making an investment of the company, you will be in a better position to make the right choices, which will help the business to grow. So CIO has to ensure that this is the behavior they're inculcating in their teams as well. So their teams are not working in silos. They're not creating a technology which, according to them, is great, but may or may not be great according to the people who are going to be using it. Whether it's an internal customer, whether it's an external customer, it's important for the CIO to ensure that they are becoming as a facilitator where they are encouraging the behavior of people to be more open towards other ideas and, of course, collaborate as well. I mean, one of the things could be healthcare and IT integrations, where we're talking about a company which is connecting patients with the help of technology, and there is a telemedicine available. You can probably call somebody and get some assistance. So that's one of the examples of cross collaboration, more from a customer perspective. But as I said, that when it comes to internal, it's important that CIOs create that culture which is not which is asking people to collaborate with other departments as well. Moving to the next one, which is driving decision making. Now, as technology experts, the expectation of the business is to tell them what is right for them, which means analyzing the data which is available. Think of a company where, let's say, there's millions of records available with you. Let's say if you were maybe in edtech or a fintech or any company, e-commerce, there's so much of data which is coming into your systems, like you're using marketing platforms, you're using CRMs. How do you make a sense of all that data? It's very, very important as a CIO that we're enabling the business guys to ensure that they know what it means. So for example, if you have a marketing data, it should be in a position to tell the business that, hey, this is the behavior of the customer, maybe pitch this product, this is the right product, make those recommendations. But that is only possible when we have a system which is able to analyze the behavior of the customer. And that's why, of course, all of us are experimenting with Gen AI. We're trying to make sure that this can do wonders for us. Because what would happen is that once we've given them the data which is making some sense to them, they will be in a position to make the right choices. They'll be in a position to make the right business decisions as well. Think of Netflix now. I mean, we all use Netflix. What it does, it makes recommendations to us. How? So what it does is it of course analyzes the behavior, the kind of content you consume, and then it makes a recommendation that, hey, you watched this movie, maybe the other movie is also good. Why don't you watch that as well? I mean, YouTube does that, correct? The moment they see that, hey, your behavior is you watch certain type of content, it gives you the suggestions, recommendations that you may like this as well. So that's more like analyzing your behavior. And that is only happening because there's a technology at the back end which is doing all this for us. Okay, moving to the next one. CIO as a change agent. So what it means for us is that we are acting as an individual who is at the forefront of leading digital transformation for our organizations. What is digital transformation for us? Making sure that nothing is manual. We're trying to automate. We're trying to use technology to get to the place where we want to. Advocating a digital-first culture is something which is expected from the CIO. So CIOs are expected that, hey, you come up with an idea, come up with something which can help the business. And you could have some sort of resistance in certain places, but I mean, there could be some industries where there could be resistance. But I think with the technology's evolution and the usage getting increased day by day, that resistance is also going away. So it is expected that CIOs are helping out in ensuring that organizations are becoming digital first. Driving continuous change, so ensuring that we're adapting to customer needs, customer experiences, whatever is the customer looking for, the technology is making that happen. So that's what is expected, or how this is changing for the CIOs, and the CIOs are becoming as a change agent as well. One of the other things which is also equally critical for a CIO is a balance between innovation, security and compliance, and stability. Making sure that you might have built some systems which are in use now. And of course, as a technology enthusiast, CIOs want to improve them as well. They want to make sure that we all want to make sure that they are becoming better and better every day. But we also want to make sure there is a fine balance between what we've already built, what we intend to build in the future, and how we want to innovate. Because we don't want this situation that, hey, we wrote a code, we got a website or an application up and running, and now we are experimenting, can I make something else? And then that's affecting the production itself, or that's affecting the, let's say, customer experience. So those things need to be balanced. And of course, ensuring that security, compliance are also considered, because depending upon which industry you are in, we all collect data of our customers, whether it's PII, SPII, whether we are subjected to DPDPA, whether we are subjected to GDPR, whether we are subjected to any compliances on the earth. So it's important for us to have that fine balance as well, to ensure that we are able to to ensure that we are able to innovate, but we don't interrupt or disrupt the existing technology. Examples of banking systems coming up with payment apps, that's one of the examples, where they're ensuring that people are able to do what they're supposed to or what they're required to do, but then it's not affecting them with the existing services which have been offered by the bank. Now, at the end of, this is the last slide, and there are three key takeaways from this presentation which I want you to keep. One is CIOs as business strategists. I think things are changing. It's important for the CIO not to just think from a technology perspective, and that's why I said initially that think like a business person, a person who happens to be a technology guy but knows the business very well. Knowing the fundamentals of your business will help a lot, because the decisions we're going to make, they're going to ensure that they help in flourishing our business rather than impacting them in a negative way. So that's one. So CIOs are driving businesses growth by focusing on customer experiences and leveraging emerging technologies. The second is customer-first approach. Whatever we build, we're not just building it for ourselves. Whether we are serving an internal customer or an external customer, it's important that we consider that, okay, what's the expectation of the customer? Not what I want, not what probably XYZ person wants, but what does the customer want? And build that technology, rather than building something which probably a perfect technology but nobody uses. The third is about balancing. It is something which we don't realize, but it creeps into the solutions which we're building, where we try to innovate too much. And at times we innovate so much that even something which was so simple, we end up making it extremely complex. So making your choices, making your trade-offs is important. As CIOs, again, thinking like a business person rather than thinking like a more technology enthusiast who feels like, hey, I can fix pretty much everything. All I need to do is maybe code. All I need to do is probably bring in a new solution. So think what is right and then make the choices. I think these are the three key takeaways from this presentation. That's all I have. I hope this was useful, and I thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
For the insightful session, I would like to call upon stage Mr. Ashok Tiwari, CIO at Finolix Cables Limited, to do the honors.